Well, hello. Here we are. It's another day. So let's go and boy, I put a lot of lip stuff on. I got enough for like today, tomorrow, and the next day. So let's get started with our meditation. Let's see. Can do without my heater, so I can get my phone. Sorry, I gotta get my charger. Oh, I was using that, but I don't need it. So we're going to meditate. All right. This one's been a winner. Okay. Let's close our eyes and envision that we are have a ball of light and it's over our feet and relaxing our feet. Relaxing our lower legs and then relaxing our thighs, our stomach, our back, our arms, our hands, our chest, our neck, our head. And then it tethers itself down and goes way into the earth. And it goes way, way down into the earth. And it goes way down into the core. And it sucks up all the good stuff. No, not the lava. So, and it fills up our feet, our lower legs, our upper thighs, our chest, our back, our arms, our hands, our neck, and it goes up to our head and our lungs. It just spills out to wherever you want it to go. I'm running out of it to come. And then we take back what's left. And we bring it to our heart. And we will say 3 times. And each time our vibration will become more positive. One, two, three, wake up. There we go. Hi, fists. There we go. There we go. So it was a pretty good day, Back at work at the old grind, getting up. I only have 4 days today, this week, unless I work a Saturday. Well, I figure I'd say hi to you guys. Yeah, I still got my Christmas tree up. Yeah. I figure, I do my meditation and get that out of the way. I also have Aaron Darty's, his one that popped up, and it just says about not giving a F anymore. It seems pretty good. I started thinking more positive because I was watching Aaron's videos, and I was going through a personal crisis, and I had watched his video and I had an aha moment going, whoa, guess what? I went through the same shit. And I'm like, oh my God, where I'm going through the same stuff right now. So I sat there and go, wow, what am I doing wrong? So I listened to his whole story and how he remedied his problem. And I'm like, wow, that's all it took? Really? And I had my aha moment, over for New Year's. I figured out, uh, what to do with my problem. So I'm like, okay, you know, and it was, it's just as simple as praying, really. And that's it. It's pretty much it. You pray. It's from Onopuku. I'm not pronouncing it right. I highly doubt so. But it says where I would see in my mind's eye the person's face, and I would sit there and say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. No. No, I was trying to explain that it's from a Hawaiian tradition where you think of the person and you say, you're sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it's from a Hawaiian tradition where, you know, you do that, and it has been known to heal people. It's been known to not just heal, but, I guess you would say heal their souls in a sense, like where people have there's a part of them that just is fractured. If you could understand, it's just sometimes it helps. So this prayer helps if you're thinking of the person or looking at their picture. So, yeah. I guess the best person, Aaron, was the one who said that's what he did, and within a certain time frame, his problem was no longer a problem. He had realized that, yes, this person was like this person and this, and he said he came to a realization that, God, my makeup dog cruded up. Yeah, pray for them. Well, if you have to move on. That's the whole point. And the only way you're going to move on is if you forgive them. And it's better to forgive and move on. Yeah, if you're in a certain, I guess you would say, if you have a certain job where you happen to bump into that person, the forgiveness one where you think of the person, you say these words, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Even, it's like a healing factor, and a lot of times I have not had it be negative, but I pretty much just, I say it while I'm at work. I go and do that because of the fact that I just want to move on. A lot of times is I just want to I want to do my job and get done and call it a day. Go home, call it a day. And that's, the only way you're going to move on is if you forgive, and that's the only way it's going to happen. And it's hard. I mean, my birth mother took my identity because we look a lot alike, and went Broyhill shopping and messed my credit up and did other things. I mean, that's just one of the things. I mean, and I forgave her on a buttload of stuff. I just said, let's move on. I want your soul to move on. She ended up haunting me, and I had to pretty much get her out of the house. But that was more fun. Yeah. So you got to forgive and move on. It's the only way it's going to happen is if you forgive, and you got to move on. I use a Hawaiian tradition in which you go and you say the person's name. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You don't have to have feelings of love for that person, but you got to have feelings where you want them healed and you want them happy and leave you alone. And that's what I say. And I say it for all the people I feel that need to be healed. I do that. I I I just want to go to work and come home, and get my check and call it a day, work hard and just come home and, yeah. And you need to forgive her and you need to move on, Fist. She knows not. If you move on, I think it'll bother her more than you. And that's just, when I moved on, certain people said, "Oh, you're not going to do this." I'm like, you need to, move on. It's think of the future. But also, it's good to talk to a good therapist. Trust me, I I don't know if you ever read The First Wives Club, the book, not the movie, the book. You got to read the book. Oh my God. Okay, these guys drop their wives. Okay, we're talking. They started, off small, and then the husbands all had money and stuff, and their wives, of course, were their first wives, and they had mistresses, and they end up getting divorced and all that stuff. The First Wives Club was an amazing book. In fact, I'm thinking of reading it again because it was that good. These women that all these guys, one was a spendthrift. She couldn't stop spending. She literally, that was her ending. And one was an artist. She ended up defecating in a bunch of, she went crazy is what happened. She used defecation, poop, as her whole art thing. And there was other stuff, but it was a really well written book. That's why they made it into a movie, because they only put 25% of the book into that movie. It was amazing. I suggest most people to read this book if you've had just a horrible experience, because it'll make you, God, there is got to be some truth to this. And there is. It's so good and riveting. Is The First Wives Club. Get it on ebook or buy it, because it's a page, for me it was a page turner. If you're into like just more or less, it's kind of like a drama type of book, like a soap opera, but it's a lot better, and it goes into more detail about these women get their career and their lives together as foreign women. And what they do in the movie is, it's because their friend who married the Prince Charming and had all the everything and was the like they say the queen of the royal court, ended up committing suicide, and that's how the First Wives Club started. And I'm not going to say much more, but let me tell you this. Woo boy, it is a page turner. It is a good movie, but it's a better book. It gives more detail. Like in the movie, they didn't bring up what the one girlfriend was. They pretty much almost overshadow her because it was a very adult. It was something that you couldn't put really into a movie. Talk about. So anyway, um, yeah. I forgot to pick up coffee. It's okay. I had I had a good hard working day. That's what it was. Death Sentence. I never heard of that movie. Wow. Well, if it's one I have to pay for my. I have to look on my Max, because I used to get that. So I'm hoping I can. I'm going to go through my Verizon because that's what I deal with. So I'm going to go and see if I can get Max because I. Oh, it's not a horror movie. Wow. What is it? Oh, and don't forget to put the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Well, so it's not a horror movie. Then what is it? Oh, Immortality. Wow. Hmm. So anyway, I found a way to pay my car insurance yesterday, and I'm happy to say that's done. So it's like, gosh darn. But I know at least certain other bills are taken care of, so I'm happy with that. My family, I had my great grandmother. She was from Germany, and she would always be talking in German and stuff. Certain family members spoke German, so they would be talking with her. She looked exactly like the Bill and Ted um, one they had in the second movie. It was like really, yeah. So anyway, so if what would you do if you couldn't die? What would you do? Say, you know, um, you couldn't die and you didn't get old. There's something for you to think about. Oh gosh, I forgot my name. Squeeze, Mr. Blow Up. Oh, remember Mr. Lemonhead? He needs to be blown up again. There we go. There we go. Yep, that's Lemonhead. So if you see me out and about, you know, it's Lemonhead. Well, that person finally left. I was like, dang, not even putting a thumbs up. So, come on. So, what would you do if you couldn't die? Or say you had a choice to, if you're older and you want to go back to being 21 or 22, you can be that age forever. What would you do? Would you use your gift for good? What would you first do? Would you go traveling? Figure out, you never quit playing music. There you go. You answered that pretty good. So yeah, I'd probably do all the things that I wanted to do. Um, when I guess you can say that I had a momentarily lapse of reasoning. Well, I really need to clean my windows up. That always looks so foggy out there. So one day it was foggy. I went and go out for work, and I'm like, oh crap, it's all foggy. It's like the movie The Fog. I just need to clean my windows. I can't see out of them. Anyway, I got Mr. Funbags, Lemonhead. Oh yeah. Well, when you're really 18, do you really? I mean, just be honest. What do you know when you're 18? You know jack and shit, And here I'm telling my dad, oh, it's real, yeah, real love my asshole. I was getting ready to drop his butt. Yeah. That's where I was to that point. Oh, dang it. Let me get my blow up man. Mr. Lemonhead. See, he's got a lemon head. So, a lot of things, like I said, though, when we got on the subject, but, um, forgiving him, it's the hardest thing you can do, but you gotta forgive and you gotta move on. So, anyway, I got Mr. Lemonhead. We already did our meditation for today. Always hid in the bushes. Very funny. So, you were. I'm playing with my ball. So, if you see this man, this blow up man in my car, take a picture of him and send him to Stefania_N2000 at yahoo.com. and with your include your mailing address, and I will mail you something. About Lemonade 2024. I promise free lunches for one day. Vote Lemonade. It's Lemonade. So I've been putting forth effort to be on here at least an hour a day. That's why I was like, I could have stayed. I really wanted to go. And I think this week's one of those weeks I'm not going to be making a ton of money, so I'm just going to leave early. Not early. I'm going to leave. Usually I leave 2 hours after I've been there, but I figured I'll just work 8 hours, this week, and maybe this weekend I'll do something. I'll make some extra money then. Yeah. So I have Lemonhead here, and Lemonhead. See, it's easy to forget, and it's easy to forgive too. I mean, the thing is, I don't want you to forget, so you can remember when you are with someone who's comparable to your ex, that you know how to, leave the situation. A lot of times, if you move on, you'll find someone with a different vibration, and that's what you want to do, is to raise your vibration where you're going, hey, I forgive all your trespasses, I forgive all this, because I just want to move on. And that's the whole thing that you want to do, is to move on. That's the important thing. And it's the hardest thing, getting, most of the horror movies are comparable to my ex, so yeah. So it took me a while because a lot of the songs had a lot of, I'm a type of person, I'll listen to a song, I will remember when I first heard that song. And a lot of times I would have anxiety. So I've come with earplugs just in case. Oh, wow. You know what, though? I've heard, my dad has told me horror stories, and I've seen them happen before my eyes. And yeah, my dad, I don't know what it was, but he could find the biggest asshole in that town, and he'd be dating it. Yeah. So, and me, oh shoot. Um, my luck is just it's just like, oh crap. I got that Irish luck where you step in a pile of dog shit and you go, oh, it wasn't your good shoes. And that's most of anyone's relationships when they end, though. You don't get the person. They're you know it's like a friend of mine once said. We were joking about this a long time ago, and we had come to points in our lives, and she said, it came to a point where she no longer, how can I say this? I was at that point too, but I could not tell her because she would have told my ex, and, she would tell me all the things, oh, my husband's this and that, and it's like, then divorce him. Quit hearing that. I didn't think it would take 3 times to divorce my ex. He wanted to hold on to me. It was a different situation. It was like God dang, I feel like I was being smothered. And then I would have horrible dreams about that were just, it was the same dream over and over. And I quit having that dream July of 22, and that's when my divorce became final. And I'm like, wow, that was it, you know. And I'm not going to talk about the dream because that's in the past. I'm moving forward. I want to be able to have a house and to have a life and to get rid of my other excess baggage that's been living in that house. That's what I want. I am not going to mention anybody who's there, and I'm not going to have to deal with them. I'm hoping for much longer. It's not the endless date. You'll find somebody. Trust me, you'll find them. It's not the endless date. You can't put that kind of energy out and get positive back. You got to put out, hey, there's someone out there for me. I just haven't found them yet. That's what you have to say. There's someone out there for me, and that's what I'm going to say. There's someone out there for Omega, and there's someone out there for you. Because, yeah, I've gone on those endless dates, and they have been like, I told you some of them, the farting guy and all that. I was like, oh God. Oh. Oh, that sounds nice. I did want to go on here in my I'm in my I call these, actually this is like my summer night thing I wear at night. So I'm like, I got my summer one on because I just didn't want to wear my pajamas that I plan on going to bed with because they're warmer. It's just, this is just for the show. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, make everything an adventure, but I also want you to move on. And that's the one main thing you're going to have to forgive. Because if you don't, it will follow you like a bad fart. It's like you go in that next room and people give you the dirty look and you know that damn fart followed you. Same thing, same problem you'll have. You'll have the same problem. It'll happen over and over again. The best way to forgive is to actually, just not, you don't even have to tell the person, but yeah. Watch Aaron Darty. That's what I want you to do. I want you to watch Aaron Darty. I got a video of his down below. And it's pretty good. That's all I can say. Watch Aaron Darty. So, yeah. Yeah, his video's down below. Look him up. You know, you can watch the video I put on there, and it's a pretty good video. Yeah, it's not good. It's not worth stewing and all that. I moved, a lot of times I beyond moved on, and I would have my ex, he go, "What do you mean you moved on?" I moved on like a week ago, too. Usually after a breakup, I give myself 2, 3 weeks. If I give it a month, it's been a really hard breakup. And then I move on because I don't know what to do. You know. Yeah. Oh. Oh, a long distance. Hey, it's better to have a long distance whack job than to have a close distance one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Long distance whack jobs are so easy. Usually you just block them, and if they get a different phone number, you block that too. Yeah. I've had long distance whack jobs too. Yeah. Mm. The closer they are, the yeah, scarier they are. Yeah. And I dated a guy that was so needy. He wanted me over for dinner every single night. I'm like, shoot, I don't eat like that. He really? No. I'm like, wow. And this is before I had a very physical job. My physical job, I'm always hungry, you know. So anyway, he this is when I first what I wasn't divorced yet, and for me to leave the house, that would be called abandonment, and he wanted me to abandon my house. I'm like, no, I want to buy this house down the road, so I can't leave it. So that was a big thing. We had a real big fight over it. He said that he lost someone, and then he was like, he was thinking that I was going to go back with my ex. I'm like, he is not a winner at all. Like, yeah, like no. No winner there, no winner, chicken dinner. Oh, no, 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 no. And we broke up because he was insanely jealous. And I said, that's it, I'm done. That was a close one. Yeah. Yeah, very insecure. So I finally just, I broke up with him. He wanted to withhold sex from me. And I'm like, dude, no. You're withholding sex with me because I'm not moving in with you. Pretty much that was it. He wanted me to move in with him. I'm like, I only known you for 2 weeks, honey. That's not move in ready, baby. And that's how I felt. Hmm. That thing takes forever. It's like got to prime it or whatever. Still getting nothing out of it. Yeah. everyone gets a little jealous, all right? You know? So, yeah. 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 And that's actually, if you're just in a relationship and say you don't know the woman's got a brother and you see them hugging and you're like, hey, who's this? Introduce me. Oh, it's my brother. Oh, okay. And then you switch attitudes. Well, after 2 weeks, I figured that was enough for me to see his insecurities. And I was like, if this is what you got to dish out, then I don't want nothing about it. And I left. Oh, I was done. I never, he called me a bunch of times. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to go with someone like that. And usually, if they're very insecure and, it's not a good thing for a relationship. Yeah, only 2 weeks. Yeah, caught the pound. He attacked my son on Facebook, and I said, no, 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 you were in the wrong. It's my boy. He was just saying, hey, and it was true, though. I could not abandon, and he explained to the guy, my mom cannot abandon where she lives. So after the divorce and everything, and then it wasn't really hot last year because the air conditioning worked, but summer of 2023, it got really hot. And I thought, no, I'm not going to be half naked. My bedroom has no windows. It was a garage. So there's no windows in this garage. And I moved out here in the RV because I wanted to, I guess you could say, I wanted to have some freedom. And I got tired of senior psychopaths hearing my live shows and all that stuff, and it became a drama-filled thing. So I moved out here, and I got more of my stuff to become as much away from the drama and crap there. I went out here so I can enjoy myself and feel that he wasn't, and then it worked. After a while, he thought I work a lot and I paid the bills, and my roommate now bitches to the whole neighborhood saying that I was on drugs. I smoke weed, okay? Yes, I do smoke weed. That's the only drug I do. And my weed, a lot of times, if I don't have the money, is not like, it's 12%. So he told the whole neighborhood I'm doing some major drugs and I'm not. And this is the stuff I have to deal with. And that's why I want to avoid that and have the house. And he's gone. I don't even want him near here. I know, but that's pretty well what he told everyone in the neighborhood. And I paid the bills. It's just I had one big bill that was killing me. It took me 3 paychecks almost to make the one bill. Now I'm like, oh God, this is great. I pay 1, 2 bills sometimes a week, and I'm paying off, slowly paying off my bills. And that's where I got, I'm just, slowly, you know, doing well. And it took a long time. It wasn't like, excuse me, I'm going to plug in something. I'll be right back. I did the best I could, you know, and even though I had somebody spreading rumors about me being a huge druggie, which I didn't appreciate it very much, but hey, like my grandma used to say, karma will get you. and hopefully, like I would say, I hope karma gets you. And then I record it on my YouTube channel, and then everybody sees what you did. I don't know. I always say that. Yeah, alcohol is stronger than weed, and it does a lot of damage. Where if you smoke weed, a lot of it is when you do alcohol, it affects the brain and it loses brain cells. When you smoke weed, you gain brain cells. So go figure. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta get some focus. So yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Here they used to tell us that weed was going to kill us, and you OD on weed. And I had so many of the people, old hippies, laughing in the things because they had a preacher come for, when I graduated high school, and Mr. Simmons, yep, and he thought he was that, his father was like trying to tell everybody. My dad laughed so hard. He says, I don't even smoke weed, and I know that you don't OD on it. He says, there's no possible way you can OD on it, which there really isn't. Yeah, my Hooters are really, I'm enjoying them, I tell you. Oh boy. Yeah. If I could go, no, that'd be a big mistake, going to work without a bra. Oh no. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I didn't wear enough socks. I was like, oh, got cold feet, and I gotta charge up my what I plan on doing is charging up my hand warmer so I can have warm hands. So. I can't be me anymore. Oh, mine is I do mass amount of drugs, and I'm like, dude, he drinks most of his money up. If I drink as much as he did, and I used my Aztec secrets, and then I did my hair. You got that. And it's not too purple. It's not like, oh my God. It's like, I did this one dark purple. It was like almost black, and it just was not a happy color. I realized there's certain colors that look good with one, and it's not. Oh, wow. Well, you're going to have your identity. I guess you would say it was stolen. You're going to have to make it a better identity. God, last April, Jesus, that's pretty bad. That beats me in a certain sense, because I've known my mother to do, some evil stuff to people. She would get hate mail. Oh yeah, she's been, yeah. I think that if it would have been the video, like the video error, if she would have been in this time frame, she would have already been sued, because people with their smartphones and recording stuff, they would have gotten my mom. I think that the reason why she got away with so much stuff, because they didn't have all the recording stuff. Oh wow. Well, that's pretty cool. If he's got a cool identity, that is. It's like, Frank Pfaffenfurt. Yep, that's my new identity. So, we're at 49 minutes. It's almost been an hour. So tomorrow I will be on around the same time. It looks like a good time, so far. This week I'm not going to work past 3. Oh, wow. That sounds like, like, how can I say, well, my name is Six Killer Henson. I'm a gunslinger. Oh, yeah. I remember playing that. I never played a gunslinger or anything. I was always the Native American because I would scalpel. I was like, wow. My dad was like, you're intense. Don's roll card. If you want to get even with anybody, you can put it on, shoot, they got this nerd site. What is it? I've done it to my siblings. I think all of them got it at least once or twice. I was horrible. It's called eBraum. Go on EBRAUMS.com. And they have soundboards, and they also have chat rooms or chats that you can leave messages. Hey, so and so's phone number. You call the phone number, and you can use whatever soundboard. That's what they usually do. It's prank phone calling them, and you can leave whatever, you know. And that's what you could do. You can actually do that, and it's pretty cool. I moved on. I don't care to do the eBroms thing because my family and friends know it's me, even if I'm not doing it. Yeah, my brother knew it was me when he got 350 calls in one day, and he told me that oh yeah, I messed his little world up. He knew it was me, so yeah. But eBroms is good. You can leave messages and somebody else's phone number. So it's not me doing it. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't do it because I just don't mess with the karma bug anymore. Oh no, I've done it. People would get 300-400 phone calls. Oh, I know that. So I'm just telling you, eBroms is good. In the past, it was good. I'd leave all kinds of messages on there. I had a friend. She had an ex. He never paid child support, so I put it on there. I guess I don't know what happened, but it was funny. Really? Oh, that's fucking cool. So, how much do you look like a Native American? My family, I did DNA, and my brother has Klinefelter syndrome, and that is from my Jewish part of my family. It's a minuscule part of my DNA. Apparently, my brother has Klinefelter syndrome, which is popular with our Jewish side. My sister has an enlarged heart. That's another one of from the Jewish side. I'm the only child that was born without any, the only affliction I have, the sun. That's it, and wintertime, I love it. I can be out in the sun a lot longer, and I could just, wear sunscreen, and I'm good. Oh, the cheekbone thing is a myth. My dad thought that he had enough Chinese in our family. I said, no, Dad. I think that if enough mosquitoes get us, there won't be much of Chinese left in us. So there's not, that was his biggest thing, is talking about that. And I'm like, no, DNA proves the fact. It's been over 3,000 years since we've had, that. Well, it sounds like you got a great set of hair. My mom, by the time she was my age, her hair, let's just put it this way. My mother had bald spots on her head, and she never had a lot of hair, where at least, thankfully, I have a lot. And my dad had a lot. And my grandma had a lot. My grandpa, not so much. He called his hair wavy. It waved goodbye. But he was a great guy. He looked exactly like, he reminded me of a bigger version of Popeye. Like if Popeye was a lot taller. He was over 6 foot tall, and he had big arms, and at one time he was a boxer. He did over in the Midwest, and when he was first married to my grandma, he was boxing, but it's a very hard job to be a boxer, so he wasn't paid a lot. My grandma told him to quit, so he quit. But he did teach me a couple things. My brother's like, what did he teach you? Hit him in the eyes. Hit him in the eyes. He called them, think of them as like, car lights, So that's what he had told me. Yeah. And, it just, I've never had to deal, I guess you could say I usually worked with family members. And then when I got older, my first job was in California. It was the San Bernardino McDonald's. That was my first real job. And it was fun. And it was hard work. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't know what my mom's, what it was, but she didn't eat a lot. She was like one of those. My friend used to say the reason why she had hair problems because she starved herself, and a lot of my friends would even say, "Does your mom ever eat?" And I never seen her eat, and that's why she had such. If you're not taking in vitamins and you're not, your body's got to do something. She used to say, "Was she ever that way when she was pregnant with you?" No, but I'm beginning to wonder with Eric though. I would always complain about my brother. He was one of those kids. Let's put it this way: he redecorated my mom's living room in smut. It was X-rated, Playboy magazines and stuff all put up. And she was going to have she used to have once a week. She wanted to do a book club, so she did this book club, and they all come in, and I go, "Hey, Eric decorated," and boy, did he get in trouble. Yeah, my mom didn't eat much, and I think she had uh, a lot of health problems, and because she had taken a lot of this medication that she shouldn't have been able to take, she took it anyway, and she had heart problems. It helped her, she had dementia. All the things that this medication was pulled off the shelves was because my mom had everything that was listed the first, they say the first so many on the top. Oh yeah, she had dementia, she had heart problems, uh, uh, there was other health problems that went with it, and it was just like she died of heart problems. And there was no one in the family that had that, but she took this, like, I don't know if it was a thyroid or whatever. It was just, she kept taking it for 40 years. It was to help her go through menopause, and it wasn't meant for a forever deal. She took it for 40 years. So I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, really? That's funny. Yeah, she was real pretty too. what's these deals with these like creepy dudes, getting these good looking women, and you're kind of wondering, is it the power? Is it the money? Is it both? Or, I mean, it's not like, Adolf, that person was a nice, good looking guy. But Ava Braun was really pretty. Yeah, good looking women. Well, I would say good looking women as long as they're not crazy. Because that crazy, you can have an attitude, but once you hit the crazy mode, my dad used to say this: it's easier to have a crazy gal pal that you never fucked, but once you screw them, it's a whole different level of crazy that you're dealing with. And I'm going to go with what my dad would say, and I would put it with a guy. you know it's the same thing. Once you screw someone crazy, it's a whole different level you're going to. Makes it more exciting. Oh God, that's funny. It's more exciting. Okay. Well, should I go on a little bit more? Yes or no? I'm listening to some weird music. Wow, wow. Ah, well, I figure I got two people. Usually I leave because there's nobody in here. So it's really amazing when I get more than one person and I got 3 likes. That's the best thing I've had more people coming and seeing, and let's put out the positive energy. And it's like makes me feel good. Just, I'm counting my blessings. Yeah, this thing takes forever to prime. Yeah, I need so it's what I do is I pray for everyone who needs healing. And if I'm being taught a lesson by a person, I take notice and go, what am I learning here? What is this whole meaning? Should I, do this or should I do that? So when I went on Aaron Darty's webpage, not webpage, it would be YouTube channel here. I started looking at stuff and I go, hey, yeah, I'm going through this. So I watched this video and he went through the same stuff I was. I was like, wow. We all think a lot of times that we're going through something alone, but in reality, we're not really going through it alone. We're connected with other people, and you don't know, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know somebody went through this. I've talked to other people, and this was like after I went through the fact of being stalked on I was in rent I was in California going to a community college, and I had been stalked by a man who I was taking an acting class. It was, oh yeah, we're in the whole class, I swear. The guy had told the whole group, yeah, he just got out of jail and, he's getting his life started again and blah, blah, this. And yeah, he was attracted to me. Oh yeah. I I don't know what I'm like, okay. All right. And I never chase the guys. They are no, I don't. I think that if anyone wants to stalk me, and they want to, I can't stop them. But it's like a friend of mine said, if you have somebody, we used to have a friend at work. She used to watch all my videos to make sure I kept everything GQ, and she would, tattle on me. And I used to joke, and I used to use her name in different stories. And she would say, I hate when you do that. I can't get you in trouble, because I would use her name as a way past tense, and she would get all mad. I would just exchange the name. We don't want to say anything about what this person's real name. We'll just use a fictitious name. Yeah, it was weird though, being stalked. And I always used to joke about it. And after, making fun and stuff, I quit joking about that. That was not funny. That's God kicking you in the pants, going, yeah, see, you want to joke about it there. Yeah, it was seriously, to me, I could not believe it. At first, I thought, the guy was joking around. No, he wanted to be with me. I mean, if I would have had, I could have had an extramarital affair than I never had. Really? Everything you do, so I could have your stalker with me? Hey, stalker, please put a thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm. My coworker has a very jealous girlfriend, and had her sister talk to me about, her boyfriend. And I'm going, look, I got my hands full. I don't need another one. Really. I got my hands way full. I'm good. Okay? I don't need to be like causing trouble, so I don't have yeah, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. And no. Yeah. Yeah. Had her sister talk to me. I'm like, there's nothing going on at all. Like, this much. There's this much going on. Nothing. There's more stuff going on with me and my blow up man than that. Of course, he did stand next to me when we did the picture for the work picture. Please don't think I'm doing anything. Really. So that's where I'm at with that. Mm-mm. Yeah. Had her sister talk. I'm like, no, it's not happening. And then I told Shibi, hey, Shibi, tell your girlfriend, I am not into you. Tell that person, tell the person, hey, it's not going to, you know, I know blowing up an air valve is infidelity. Yeah, so when it's more or less, I I used to have back in the day, my friend said that they found like one of those tracking devices that her husband wanted her to have. Do you know what she used to do? She put it under mine, and she would go run and do her errands and stuff. So all the time, her husband's like looking for the device, and he goes, God, it's odd. And he actually came to her work. And what happened was she was trying to get a divorce, and he was very needy. Not just needy. He made my ex look like a Girl Scout. Oof. Yeah. Uh, she had left the thing on my car, and he was looking all around driving around and looking. And I had just come off for lunch, and I was walking from my car, and he goes, have you seen so and so? And I go, oh yeah, she's inside. You want to go in? Oh, I'm not allowed in anymore. Yeah. a tracking device. That was back in the 90s or early 2000s. They had tracking devices. She had to procure a lawyer and find out what she could do. She had said that she had no kids or anything. She said it was like dealing with someone who expected her home, and he was a creepster, so she moved out, and he was so, he had put the tracking device, and he was told not to come into work, and when she was in there. So he thought she was in there, and he was still driving around. And when he left, and she would call, and management would say, "Okay, take the tracker off and put it on her car." And she had. She would drive it home, and she would put it on somebody else's car. And if she left, she would. It was more or less in the garage, so they didn't know. So, yeah, she said it was really, he never knew where she was, but she found a tracking device. She said it was just because she needed her oil done or something, and she happened to find it. And she said that's when she knew she was doing the right thing. She was always wondering why he knew where she was. It was like kind of those creepy moments. Now, that's super creepy. I mean, they were talking about that on the talk radio, where they were saying, what would you do if you found out that your significant other that you trusted like you couldn't believe put a tracking device on your phone? What would you do? You'd leave your phone, wouldn't you? I think that's why a lot of times I'd accidentally leave my phone, because I was like, oh. And what if, and this is what my ex used to say, the same thing with the mileage. If you have a detour that takes you 2-3 miles away from your original thing, so when you get home, it will look like you've been fooling around. Yeah, that's when you know the man has got issues. When you're going, really, you're going to check my, and he did. Oh yeah, my ex did that all the time because he was screwing. Let's put it this way. I was told the women that he went out with didn't look as good as me, but I'm like, well, obviously he was getting it somewhere because it wasn't at home. And I wanted to get laid, but he wanted to lay everyone else and make an excuse, and just like, oh no, we're just friends. Yeah, I heard the neighborhood's been talking about your friendship. Well, all I know is I've heard on the radio, they had a talk radio, and they were talking about people putting tracking devices, and what would you do if you found, and you would dump your phone. I would probably figure out a way to have the tracking device where it would be on a different phone, and he would think that you can do that sometimes, like if you have kids and stuff. People you have on your phone line. Dang, I don't know where you're at, but it says Utah. I think that means that relationship is not a good relationship. If somebody's putting either a tracking device on your car or any type of tracking device on your phone, if you have to have a tracking device on your significant other's phone, there's not a relationship anymore. There's no relationship. You guys need to go and deal with a specialist, because that's not my deal. All I do is say, move on and let's be positive. Yeah, I tend to just, let's go. And when I deal with work and stuff, I don't worry about anyone else. I worry about me. What's going on with me? What am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Blah blah blah. It's all just me. And then I'm the one to punch in and punch out. Go, call it a day. But there's a lot of people out there like that. In fact, I'm sure the guy that I was dating for 2 weeks, I'm sure he would have put a tracker on my phone a long time ago. I didn't know this, and I've talked to a lot of girls. They talk about, even though, a lot of times they can figure out your code and stuff, they were saying that it's always good to have a fake phone, just a cheap, $100 whatever phone. And they got these, phones that you can get. And I'm like, hey, I'll get a cheap phone. And that's what I think I'll do, not the expensive phone. Goodbye, cruel world. Yeah, because then they can do stuff even though you don't think they do. It always made me wonder, it's like, because I'm very trusting, and I have to learn not to be as trusting. I guess it's how I felt, but I never thought he would turn on me and expect me to say, oh yeah, I'm going to move in with you and give up my house, because my ex would have loved to sell it and make a hot penny on it. He would have. Oh yeah. That's the one thing I really would suggest, is to get a good burner phone that wouldn't, break the bank. I've had friends of mine do that, and they said they left their real phone in the car and stuff. And what was it? They said that the only thing, because they had most of their phone numbers in their head, so it had no phone numbers, left the phone. It was like a $60 phone. And it was just like, after a month it wouldn't be worth anything. You gotta, buy more time or whatever. And she said, I didn't go back for it. It wasn't even worth to deal with that. I told them to go and sell the phone. I didn't give a shit. Pretty well, when you get in that relationship, you get in a new one, and you don't know if you're dealing with crazy or wackos. So yeah, burner phone is a good thing to have. You never know when you're going to need it. Oh, looks like the one person is gone. So yeah. So blowing up an air valve. So we got one person. You are the only person left. You're like the straggler. So how did you find my channel? Oh, I know. It's amazing, the drama that that I've seen, come through. A lot of them are addicted to it. My ex is addicted to his drama. Some people are. I have friends who have the most perfect life, and I would go, why are you? No, no, no. You know, in the past, I've seen friends of mine who had a really good life. And some of the friends were like, actually, my, it was just like in the past, I've seen so many of my friends in the past, they had some really good lives. And I'm like, God, I was struggling and stuff. There's times that I've struggled to pay bills and whatnot and worry about stuff. And they had it pretty easy for a long time. I had a friend like that. She lived with her mom, and she had it easy. Her mom spent, I think it was close to $1,500 for Christmas for her grandchild. And I was like floored, you know, sitting there wrapping up gifts and stuff. And she's not even batting an eye. And I'm thinking, without your mom, your kid and you would be screwed. The father had 5 kids with this other woman, and she never could close the door on their relationship and forgive him and move on. Yeah, it was like when he went and got married to this woman, she had a drama filled thing that I had to pick her up at our work because she was a bagger. And I said, look, I'll take you before you get in trouble. And that's when she told me her whole life story. And I had, I took care of her, took her home, and told her mom, hey, this is what's going on. And that's how I got friends with this lady. And she was the same age as me, but the one difference was that her mom spoon fed her, and then I realized that she had, I guess they said she had a learning disability and stuff. That's why she was a bagger for a long time. And I go, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't care, but she never moved on is what happened. She never moved on with any of her past relationships and stuff. And I said the reason why her relationships weren't working is because she never forgave them and never moved on. She never, thought that it was going to happen. So I never given her any more advice. I tried to, and I'm like, look, if you're not going to move on and forgive or forget, you're going to have the same problem and the same boyfriend. You're going to put out all these negative vibes. And I said, your last, her last husband, well, she was married once. I don't know if she got married again, but she's been doing very well for herself and in working hard. But when I first met her, she was well pampered. I was like, damn, I've had to hustle and make a buck, and she had it given to her. My dad said there's a reason why, and her mom, I found out that there was a reason for her mom doing what she did. And it was a psychological reason why she did that. And I don't think she realized that she actually hurt her daughter by helping her daughter. Instead of telling her daughter, look, you're going to have to work for this, she would have been more of a go-getter, and she wouldn't have had, like, how I didn't help my kids sometimes. It's not because I hate them or I want them to know what it's like to earn the money, but also to not be dependent on me, because it took her years of learning that she would have learned while she still had her mom, and it would have been a lot easier lesson. And a lot of parents do it because it's easier. God, it's so easy just to pay their bills. But unfortunately, what happened was she took it really, it helps when your kids you want them to marry somebody that is positive and loving. And if you're, like if one of my kids are not in that positive mood, they attract the wrong mate. That's what happened with me. I was dealing with my friend's death and all this stuff, and I was in a negative mood. Boy, did I find something bad. Ooh, boy. Yeah. And that's why I'm trying to put this channel out, and meditate and talk positively and tell people to move on. And it's easier to say than what it is to do. I already know that. It's easier to say to move on, but the reality of it is it doesn't happen like that. It takes a while, and it takes a lot of meditation, and it takes a lot of positive talks and talking to people who are positive, who want to see, deal with people with a higher vibration. And that's what I want to deal with. I want to deal with people with a higher vibration and more of a loving personality. So that's what I want. And no stress, no drama, boom, done, and that's where I'm at. I don't want to deal with having stress. I don't want to deal with having to worry about if I'm stepping on someone's toes, or if I said the wrong word, or if I farted too much, or if I had too much burps. I don't know. I mean, it's just sometimes, the one thing I have realized throughout, I cannot please everybody. I cannot have everyone like me, and I don't expect everyone to like me. But in the same notion, it comes the same chord, where you're going, who's this person or what's happening to me? What is this learning? And usually I figure out, what is this to do with the learning situation that I have right now? I mean, if I go through a negative all the time, I'm thinking I must be doing some negative thinking. I got to quit this shit, because once I think negative, that's when it's like a slippery slope. You got to go, nope, I got to think positive. I even quit watching horror flicks. I started to, think of more of happiness, even though I do love my Harry Potter, and it is not the in the whole scheme of things, Harry Potter isn't a real happy movie, but it's still, at least it has a good outcome in the end. Yeah, and they talk about disconnecting, and a lot of times you have to disconnect and you have to think, what's really going on here. And that's what I had to do to figure out my problem. What's going on here? What is the big deal? So a lot of times, a lot of people want this positive. Uh, this is back in the day when, I guess you would say, a friend of mine had told me about a book, and it was really cheap. I used to buy it 50 cents a book and give them away free. And it was about a visualization. You can get what you ask for. And I envisioned, back then it was my son's car, that it was running and everything was going on it. And we were able to get it running. And I said, well, that's one thing done. That was the only thing that I could accomplish between getting the house here and stuff. And I thought that was the most I've ever done, really, as in visualizing. And it does work. You have to use it every day, and you have to believe it. You got to really believe it. When you visualize, you believe, like I believe I got millions of viewers here. There's 300 over here, and I'm just believing it. And a lot of times that's how you visualize. You believe that you're online and you got all these people and you do it over and over again. I used to visualize sitting in my kitchen chair pretending I was driving the car, and it worked. I got it to work, and my son, he's has it now. Good visualization is a keynote to getting everything. I think, if you really believe it. That's why I think when we put all these negative movies and then we get all that negative back, I'm like, crap, this sucks. A lot of people could be disconnected and think, hey, I did this because I felt hurt and betrayed or whatever. You can use whatever you can in order to, put out what you feel. I felt hurt because whatever it was. And a lot of times it's having your butt hurt. It's non-communication. When you have no communication, that's when it's bad. So, yeah. Well, I'm getting really hungry, so I'm going to be getting going so I can have something to eat and then not go to bed right away, so I can just let it, sit. So, strawberry. Oh, they all like it. It's because it's my summertime ones, but they're pretty warm. They got nice big pockets I can put my phone in and stuff. Oh, everyone likes. Are you kidding me? I've got asked out on a date in this outfit. They are jammies though, but I wear them out as regular and I can pull it off. They're really they're from Hot Topic. I went to work with this to pick up my check one time. Yeah, my Hot Topic jammies. Yep. Give me plenty of room. Really do. I love it. They're comfortable. And they look good. So that's what counts. So have a wonderful, I'll be on tomorrow about the same time. And I'll see you then. Jamie's